The United States has got a major problem on its hands. Each year, on average, 1,500 pounds of waste per person is dumped into our landfills, meaning we are individually generating a substantial amount of waste. The average American consumer produces just under 5 pounds of waste daily, while a family triples this amount, producing on average 18 pounds of waste daily, an absurd amount. These large amounts of waste are very alarming due to the harmful and treacherous gases that are emitted into our atmosphere due to the breakdown of waste in our landfills. These gases have been directly linked to many different diseases such as asthma, cancer, cardiovascular disease, and various birth defects. Many organizations such as the Earth Island Journal have awarded the United States with the title of the most wasteful country in the world. A country known for its large economy and proficient military is now seen worldwide as wasteful and profligate. In order to combat the overproduction of waste in our country, we must begin enforcing waste sorting in each of our communities, meaning families all across the country must sort between what is true waste and what is recyclable before sending their waste to the landfill. Over time, recycling has proven to not only conserve our natural resources, but it also reduces greenhouse gas emissions in our atmosphere, along with gifting us space at our landfills. As of October of 2021, there are currently over 7 billion people living on Earth. That number is expected to jump close to 10 billion over the next 50 years. This means we can expect to see our supply of natural resources dwindle away right in front of our eyes. The new atlas reports that we can expect to see our supply of oil begin to reduce in the next 10 years. In the next 20 years, we will be dealing with a water scarcity, and we must combat the rising population counts, or else our supply of food will become scarce. Each of these resources are detrimental to whether or not we, as a whole, will be able to support and provide for our populations. One extremely important way to reduce the amount of natural resources and fossil fuels that we use is by recycling. Making a product from recycled materials almost always requires less energy than is required to make the product from new materials. For example, using recycled materials such as aluminum cans to make new aluminum cans uses 95% less energy than using bauxite ore, the raw material aluminum is made from. Recycling paper saves trees and water. For every 1 ton of paper that is made from recycled paper, it saves up to 17 trees and uses around 50% less water, allowing us to conserve our limited supply for our future generations. With every ton of steel that is recycled, 2,500 pounds of iron ore, 1,400 pounds of coal, and 120 pounds of limestone are therefore conserved. Recycling has proved time and time again to be an important factor in the conservation of our natural resources. Climate change, a soaring political issue that has found itself in major headlines over the past few years. What is the main cause of climate change, you may ask? Greenhouse gases. In what is known as the greenhouse effect, our atmosphere is heated up daily due to gases emitted from various sources. A large portion of this gas can be pinpointed to our country's landfills. Fumes from landfills tend to be mixtures of hundreds of different gases. These are formed by the decomposition of rotting food and other waste by bacteria, reactions between chemicals found in the landfill, and certain chemicals such as ammonia contribute to the gas that is emitted from the landfill. Methane happens to be the biggest component of these fumes, followed by carbon dioxide, but trace amounts of other gases such as benzene, toluene, and xylenes are found, and they are toxic as well. The conversation reports that about 11% of the world's methane emissions, a powerful greenhouse gas, which is between 28 and 34 times more effective at warming the atmosphere than carbon dioxide over short periods of time, can be found in our landfills. So how can recycling combat the amount of greenhouse gases that are emitted in the atmosphere directly from landfills? Well, many communities have begun implementing waste-to-energy facilities and programs. A waste-to-energy program burns solid municipal waste found in various landfills, and they recycle the recyclables. As the waste is burnt, energy and electricity are generated, which is in turn distributed to residential, commercial, and industrial consumers across the United States. If we were to implement these programs across the country and require that they be mandatory, then we would not only be conserving natural resources through recycling, we will also be limiting the amount of greenhouse gas emitted into our invaluable but dying atmosphere. As mentioned earlier, America has gained the title of the most wasteful country in the world. Our wastefulness has led to the overproduction of waste in our country, which has opened our eyes to an even bigger problem. Where will we put all of this waste? A report published by the Solid Waste Environmental Excellence Protocol states that the 3,091 active landfills in the country are quickly filling up. As of 2021, America is on pace to fill all of their active landfills sometime in the next 18 years, which could present America with disaster. You may be asking, why can't we just create more landfills to accommodate for the rising levels of waste production? Excellent question, but you see, it's not that easy. It generally takes several years to find an adequate location to start a landfill. After all of that, you must build structures and purchase equipment that meets the environmental standards and obtain a permit for that specific location. So, recycling has really become the only viable option to ensure that we do not run out of landfill space. Reducing the amount of waste that finds its way into our landfills must be our number one priority if we want to avoid disaster. For years now, we as Americans have failed ourselves and our future generations by totally ignoring what we put into our landfills. We are quickly running out of resources that we once thought were infinite. Our landfills are rapidly approaching their maximum capacity, and we have poisoned an atmosphere that we rely on to stay alive. Although we have dug ourselves a very large hole, it is not too late to get ourselves out. To ensure we as a country begin heading in a positive direction environmentally, we must mandate waste sorting in all of our communities. It has proven for years to be an effective way to cleanse our environment, and a healthy environment is crucial if you'd like to live a healthy life. Thank you.